think a stoppage victory over John Ryder is a standout victory. I mean, you saw the Canelo Alvarez fight. He had him down, but, you know, it went the distance. So I think the reason that Oscar and Golden Boy picked John Ryder was in the hope that they could stop him and do something that Canelo Alvarez couldn't.
Right now, Canelo Alvarez is the king, and the king has to decide. But like I said before, the media can help, the fans can help, and decide what Canelo's next fight should be after he fights Charlo.
The morning after. So, Oscar De La Hoya said, Haney Mungia versus Canelo Alvarez is the fight to make in September. And he said, hopefully all you fans can force that fight to happen, to ask for that fight, and to push that fight.
Canelo Alvarez, that's the fight to make. September is the fight to make with Canelo Alvarez. And all of you hopefully can push that. Everyone can push that. That's the fight. An all-Mexican showdown in September of this year. Imagine that.
I got a response for you, Oscar De La Hoya. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. We don't want Haney Mungia versus Canelo Alvarez in September, and that's not what this community is going to push. We want Haney Mungia versus Canelo Alvarez Cinco de Mayo in May, and that's what we're going to push because we want the winner to fight the Mexican monster in September, Mexican Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he said an all-Mexican war. Yeah, Haney Mungia, Canelo Alvarez. You saw what Haney Mungia did to John Ryder. And that's something that Canelo Alvarez didn't do. Haney Mungia did look better than Canelo Alvarez did against a like opponent in John Ryder. Haney Mungia versus Canelo Alvarez will be a lot of fun. And you saw when Haney Mungia said that he would fight Canelo Alvarez, how the crowd reacted.
Shot at Canelo Alvarez tonight. Pues, la verdad, sería una gran pelea entre mexicanos y si nos da la oportunidad, Canelo, sería un honor compartir el ring con él.
It will be a great fight among Mexicans, and if Canelo gives us the chance, it will be an honor to be in the same ring as him.
Thanos, and that's the black Tojogas. Thanos was right. Espresso. Delicious. So the crowd reacted. Sounds like something that the crowd would want. And I'm saying in May, though. Now, we just heard that Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Jamal Charlo in May.
Thought it would be May. Why September?
Because I believe Canelo is going to fight Charlo again. I believe in May. That's what I heard.
But we're going to ask you this. Haney, get in Charlo's way in May. Bars. Look, Canelo Alvarez already beat Jamal Charlo. He hit that man so hard, all of his belts flew out his body like Sonic, landing on spikes.
Back and
IBF, stripped. WBC, stripped. And honestly, the casual don't really know the difference between the Charlos.
Because I believe Canelo is going to fight Charlo again. I believe in May. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Can somebody...
The brother.
Oh, he's fighting the brother.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, yeah,
It's
so...
just like fighting the same guy anyway. I don't see anything different. So you was wrong, but you wasn't wrong.
So if you see on a bill Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo, and it's not the rematch, it's Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo, fans, the casuals, gonna think they're in the Twilight Zone. Wasn't I here before? That fight is very, very difficult to market. And I'm saying I think Haney Mungia with this performance against John Ryder, like I said, which is always very brilliant. You want to have like opponents that jumped him ahead. Because you look at Charlo's last fight, he was gone for a few years, and then he fought Jose Benavidez, the brother of David Benavidez, the older brother, but a littler guy, really a welterweight, right, or 154-pounder going up. And Jamal Charlo beat the brakes off of him. But it's not better than what happened with Haney Mungia and Ryder last night. Haney Mungia, he has jumped ahead, in our opinion, of Charlo for the Canelo sweepstakes. And when you're talking about those Mexican holidays of Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, you have two fighters who are Hispanic, who are Mexican, in that of Haney Mungia and David Benavidez, who I think should occupy those states for Canelo Alvarez. So no, Oscar De La Hoya. Us fans here in the community, we do want your fighter, Haney Mungia versus Canelo Alvarez, but we would prefer it Cinco de Mayo. But David Benavidez, he had a response to Haney Mungia's win last night. That's right, saying he ducked him. Well, if Haney Mungia is not fighting Canelo Alvarez come May, then David Benavidez versus Haney Mungia would make enough sense. You have the winner of that taking on Canelo Alvarez. I'll tell you this, there are fights we don't want, and there's fights we do want. And Jamal Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez is a fight we definitely don't need. I'm going to say this, though. Eddie Hearn dropping a jewel about a fight that's being negotiated is back on, and they think they could come to agreement this week.
Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney, who hopefully we can make this week.
Devin, the American Dream Haney versus Ryan Garcia, which is the fight we wanted in the first place. Got derailed by that jog with Floyd Money Mayweather. But now, thank goodness, all of that shit fell apart, and they get to have their fight for the 7th time. Don't forget, they split 3-3 in amateurs. Ryan Garcia versus Devin, the American Dream Haney is the fun fight to make, great fight to make. And I'll tell you this, in closing, I don't care who wins that fight. I was telling you guys last night, I don't care who wins between Haney Mungia, Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez, Haney Mungia, David Benavidez, David Morrell. Hell, I don't care who wins. What we want are the matchups. And then at the very end, we would, say who legacy was better than who based on whatever. But it definitely won't be based on undefeated. Like I said, you can make yourself undefeated. If you're taking on all the fantastic fighters and the best versus the best at their best, if you're taking them all on, you should probably have a defeat on your record. If you just keep pushing yourself for greatness, somebody's going to stop you, whether that's moving up or fighting somebody in the prime when you're out your prime, whatever it is, you're doing that crazy flip, but you're giving us the fights. We would definitely appreciate you, and we'll call you an all-time great fighter. The best fighter in the world, Sugar Ray Robinson, he had losses. Muhammad Ali, he had losses, right? So, Haney Mungia, Canelo Alvarez, is that exactly the best versus the best at their best? Is pretty close to both of them being at their best. Is Haney Mungia the best? Yeah, but Haney Mungia and then David Benavidez, that works, especially with Haney Mungia dribbling John Ryder off the canvas last night, stopping him, something that Canelo Alvarez couldn't do. Let me know how you all feel in the comments below. ShowBizz the Adult. I'm out.